Welcome to Vocabulary Quiz number 3. Today we will learn new words through a simple quiz. The rules of this game are as follows. You will be given 20 questions, each containing one italicized word and 4 options to select the right answer. Let's begin. Question number 1. From the halls of Congress to the posh living rooms of Beverly Hills, Americans are becoming aware of the nuclear threat. What do you mean by posh? Is it A. partying, B. comfortable, C. chic, or D. gaudy? The correct answer is C. chic. Question number 2. The new movement includes doctors and lawyers with impeccable establishment credentials. What do you mean by impeccable? Is it A. unused, B. faultless, C. faulty, or D. guilty? The correct answer is B. faultless. Question number 3. The resolution called upon the President to invite the Soviets to negotiate on the proliferation of nuclear technology. What do you mean by proliferation? Is it A. rapid growth, B. airlift, C. creation, or D. prohibition? The correct answer is A. rapid growth. Question number 4. The book's theme is an impassioned argument that nuclear weapons have made war obsolete and government imperative. What do you mean by obsolete and imperative? Is it A. unfashionable, unquestionable, B. out of date, urgent, C. unnecessary, important, or D. repulsive, silly? The correct answer is B. out of date, urgent. Question number 5. They are rushing into print a paperback primer on the subject. What do you mean by primer? Is it A. volume, B. first aid, C. pumper, or D. textbook? The correct answer is D. textbook. Question number 6. The exchange between the two probably did more to augment superpower tensions than to see them. What do you mean by augment? Is it A. predict, B. rend, C. heighten, or D. lessen? The correct answer is C. heighten. Question number 7. He declared that the country would unilaterally dismantle some of its missiles this year. What do you mean by unilaterally? Is it A. on its own, B. by agreement, C. later, or D. once? The correct answer is A. on its own. Question number 8. His speech wouldn't necessarily put him in an analogous position. What do you mean by analogous? Is it A. similar, B. analyzing, C. logical, or D. awkward? The correct answer is A. similar. Question number 9. It might compel him to take retaliatory steps. What do you mean by retaliatory? Is it A. related, B. tailor-made, C. revenging, or D. retail? The correct answer is C. revenging. Question number 10. It's that kind of scare talk that is galvanizing the nuclear disarmament advocates. What do you mean by galvanizing? Is it A. coating, B. leading, C. frightening, or D. arousing? The correct answer is D. arousing. Question number 11. To have great appeal, she said, her plan must be simple, effective, and bilateral. What do you mean by bilateral? Is it A. two-faced, B. accounting for both sides, C. easily digested, or D. not made too late? The correct answer is B. accounting for both sides. Question number 12. Two organizations exemplify the passions and concerns of the nuclear freeze movement, Ground Zero and PSR. What do you mean by exemplify? Is it A. leave behind, B. amplify, C. typify, or D. hate? The correct answer is C. typify. Question number 13. They are planning a catalytic launching of a mass effort to make the nation discuss the threat of nuclear war. What do you mean by catalytic? Is it A. catastrophic, B. cataclysmic, C. rousing, or D. dowsing? The correct answer is C. Rousing. Question number 14. He said the ball is rolling and we want to give it momentum. What do you mean by momentum? Is it A. push, B. strength, C. time, or D. reason? The correct answer is A. push. Question number 15. It was until recently a moribund organization. What do you mean by moribund? Is it A. dying, B. glum, C. hidebound, or D. shameful? The correct answer is A. dying. Question number 16. Its credibility was achieved as a single issue organization. What do you mean by credibility? Is it A. acceptance, B. reputation, C. believability, or D. credentials? The correct answer is C. believability. Question number 17. In an ongoing series of symposia across the country, members lecture about the bomb. What do you mean by symposia? Is it A. formal discussions, B. informal get-togethers, C. concerts, or D. gyms? The correct answer is A. formal discussions. Question number 18. The countries already have large enough arsenals to annihilate each other many times over. What do you mean by annihilate? Is it A. sweep the floor with, B. mop up, C. chew up, or D. wipe out? The correct answer is D. wipe out. Question number 19. Some critics charge that the movement is ultimately a pacifist one. What do you mean by ultimately and pacifist? Is it A. largely watery, B. at last thumb-sucking, C. in the end appeasing, or D. lately prissy? The correct answer is C. in the end appeasing. Question number 20. The movement is still rather amorphous and unorganized. What do you mean by amorphous? Is it A. ambivalent, B. sleepy, C. dead, or D. formless? The correct answer is D. formless. Let's revise. Posh is chic, impeccable is faultless, proliferation is rapid growth, obsolete imperative are out of date and urgent, primer is a textbook, augment is heightened, unilaterally is on its own, analogous is similar, retaliatory is revenging, galvanizing is arousing, bilateral is accounting for both sides, exemplify is typify, catalytic is rousing, momentum is a push, moribund is dying, credibility is believability, symposia is formal discussions, annihilate is wipe out, ultimately pacifist is in the end and appeasing, amorphous is formless. Hope this video was helpful. Do check out the shorts videos on this channel to find out the visual meanings of the words. And don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.